See the pom-poms on their shoes. Now here we stopped at a natural sulphur spring after not having a bath for a couple of days because of our breakdowns, and here we all are inside having a bath. Now what was that? A few of the brave ones actually shed their clothes, as you'll see. Should we censor that? There's some of the crowd there. This is inside the Blue Mosque.
Lily pounding down like a machine. Pascal's making dip.
Some of the old shacks in Istanbul.
Wicket. Books he's clear and ticket. The chapel's eyes have got that killer gleam.
All wooden house.
Come on.
Just imagine if you put a match to that.
Come on.
Now this is the pudding shop.
Come on.
Midnight Express started here, and this is the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul.
Red carpet good.
There's Mike and Barry there.
Make it run. Nuggies chewing gum. And Gilmore's wielding willow like an axe.
Now this is the front gates to the Grand Bazaar.
Come on. Come on, Ozzy, come on.
Some of the girls.
Come on, Ozzy, come on. Come on, Ozzy, come on. You've been training all the winter, and there's not a team that's fitter, and that's the way it's gotta be.
One of the main streets of Istanbul. Plenty of traffic on the roads. People running in front of you.
It's the best the world has seen. Come on, Ozzy, come on, come on, come.
This is taken from the front of the bus. There goes some soldiers. Plenty of soldiers in Istanbul, just about on every street corner. It's now a military state. And there was a fight, and some of the soldiers went to break it up. Now this bridge links Asia Minor with Europe. Some more soldiers. And that's a taxi. This is taken from inside the taxi, one of the mosques. A modern cart. Now this is the view of Istanbul. You'll notice all the minarets.
In the night, and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine anytime, night or day.
They bought a camel here.
I'm dreaming my
Outside a cafe. There goes some more soldiers. Now this is back in Kavala when we met up with Peter again. There's some of the crowd there. Over there. Quick, over there. It's Pete coughing his heart out. Had a few too many there. And Byron right next to him. Some of the crowd, we had a barbecue there that night. Now this is when we're leaving Kavala and joining the new bus. Girls were singing their song, goodbye song, and we were to meet the new bus, Edgar. That's the view of the beach coming up now of Kavala. Great place. We had a flat tyre, and there's the Kurian driver changing the wheel. That's Graham there. That's a memorial to someone who has died on that corner in Greece. The Old Faithful bus, Edgar. Now this is going up towards Yugoslavia on the Dalmatian coast. We're on a ferry now, crossing the water, going to the other side. Makes the trip much shorter. And that's exactly what it looks like. You just drive on, and as you'll see in a minute, you'll just drive straight off. The Yugoslav flag. Now greeted by some friendly Yugoslav soldiers. This is inside the bus, Edgar. Very nice bus. All the cooking facilities are in the middle, and double beds each side. This is at the top, the stairwell at the front. Someone having a pillow fight there. There's all the bunks. Not very tidy there at the moment there. Wonder who that is. It's downstairs, looking towards the front. Now this is Dubrovnik on the Dalmatian coast in Yugoslavia. There's a wall that surrounds the city, as you can see there. Beautiful place it is. We took a chairlift up to this mountain, and this is where the pictures are taking. As you can see, a very, very old city. Now we're in Venice in Italy. Beautiful place again. This is St. Mark's Square in Venice. That's St. Mark's. This square sometimes gets flooded. And there is an orchestra playing underneath. This is the tower in St. Mark's. This actually fell in the early 1900s. Plenty of pigeons there, and as you can see, you need the Kleenex tissues. A view of one of the canals, and this day they were having races, number 445. Part of our crowd there, we actually sat in the middle of the square and had a big sing-song, and someone brought their guitar along, and Barry had a song. There's Bruce with an old pigeon. You see what happens in a second. There's Barry playing the guitar, and a few interested spectators, a few Italians. the view of the Grand Canal in Venice and gondolas. Back towards the square again. One of the many canals again. One of the main bridges in Venice. Gondolas everywhere. There are no cars in Venice, and water transport is their main source. This is the ski jump in Innsbruck. The ski jumpers, when they're at the top, all I can see down below is a cemetery, which you'll see in a second, and there it is right there. This is the scene of one of the Olympic Games, as you saw just a while ago. It's in the heart of Innsbruck. Beautiful place. A few army helicopters flying overhead, and in the background, beautiful scenery of the mountains and one of the many palaces. This is still in Innsbruck, in Austria. I was lucky to take some really good shots here. That's a beautiful sight, isn't it? Now this is the waterworks in Salzburg. Mad King Ludwig actually made this place. Water coming out of the horns there on the reindeer. All these things are made by water pressure. This is Salzburg, and that's the place where the Sound of Music was made, and this is their house. This is another view of Salzburg. In the background there is the castle, as you see in a second. This is also Mozart's home birthplace. Now we go back into Germany, and this is Munich and the BMW factory. This is the site of the Olympic Games in Munich. It's the tower there. That's the main stadium, taken from the tower. So the general view of the Olympic Games area. As you can see, lakes around it, beautiful gardens, and in the centre there, an autobahn running right through the middle. That's the flame there. And this is the Olympic Village where the Israelis were shot by the Arabs in the Olympic Games. Somewhere around there. It's the Olympic Village. Another shot of the BMW factory. Really great place to go and see. And that's a view of the old part of Munich, or München as it's supposed to be called. This is inside the Olympic pool where we had a swim, and you have to wear a head cover for hygiene purposes. Another view of the stadium and another view of the main tower. Now we move into Dachau concentration camp just outside of Munich. Part of the actual jail. And there are the barracks. There's only 2 barracks left now, and the main square inside the concentration camp, one of the towers. Now these are the ovens. People were never gassed in Dachau, but a lot was shot and actually burnt in those ovens there. Electrified fences, as you can see there, and the pit, the dreadful pit. Now we're going to Lucerne in Switzerland. Some of the white swans there. This is the main historical bridge in Lucerne. The main shopping area, and as well as there's a lot of bars here. We actually went into that bar there, Mr. Pickwick's, an old English pub, and it's in Switzerland too. One of the many bands playing. Yes, black swans from Perth, Western Australia, right in the heart of Lucerne in Switzerland. Now for some of the beautiful scenery in Lucerne, some of the beautiful flowers and tulips. Some of the crowd there, just resting after doing some shopping. Here we stopped in the middle of the mountains and had a bit of a rest. Girls to the left, boys to the right. Beautiful scenery there throughout Switzerland. Right in the mountains there, and a waterfall right in the heart. Some of the traffic behind the bus banking up. Just have a look at that second car, that blue car. It looks like a Porsche. Now we do a 360 turn. Nearly missed the car. Just have a look at that side, isn't it beautiful? This is actually in Lauterbrunnen in Switzerland, one of the big waterfalls there. This is the camping ground. Right in the heart of some of the biggest mountains in the world, this valley is. This is the way we keep our beer cold. A beautiful drop, as I would say. This is Baccarat in Germany. This is right on the Rhine River, and there's a lot of castles that go on each side of the river. There's plenty of traffic on the river as well, barges and whatever, ferries. The German flag, or West German flag as I should say, one of the barges. An electric train in the background. We just made it underneath there. We come close to hitting a lot of bridges on the top there. And here we're in Holland in national costume. This is actually in Volendam, one of the tourist centres. Some of our crowd there. Hey! Some of the houses where the people live, very small streets. No, it's not Newport, but Volendam again. Welcome. And there's a dike there. Now this is the heart of Amsterdam. Many hippies gather around that memorial there, that obelisk. This is one of the canals. We actually took a ferry ride through there, and there's all the different houseboats. Some of the houseboats are really magnificent, really decked out. And there's the Heineken Brewery. We had a tour through there. We drank as much as we could in about an hour. And there's the old house in Chiswick back in England, where I used to live about 3 years ago when I first went over. Now it's for sale. It's Mum and me outside Australia House when Mum and Dad went to Europe and England on their tour. Dad took these shots. And here we are at Heathrow Airport, just about to take off, and there's a jet in front of us, just taken off, and there's the queue behind us, ready to take off after us. And now just sit down, and this is the flight. We're just about to take off.
She's taking wickets, books these clearing tickets, and the chapel's eyes have got that killer gleam.
Fantastic sensation as we rev across the tarmac.
Come on, Aussie, come on.
Just have a look at all those planes at Heathrow Airport. Just count them.
Come on, Aussie, come on. Mr. Walker's playing havoc with the bat. Red Top, it's good to see you back.
Just about off, and I think we're off. Yes, we're off the ground.
Blow like an axe.
On our way home back to good old Aussie. Come on, Aussie.
Come on, Aussie, come on. Come on. Come on, Aussie, come on. Come on. Come on, Aussie, come on. You've been training all the winter, and there's not a team that's fitter. And that's the way it's gotta be.
Took a nice banking there, just outside London. There's a view of the wing.
Come on, Aussie, come on, come on. Come on, Aussie.
Now the sensation of flying through the clouds. Beautiful sight.
Come on, Aussie, come on. Come on, Aussie, come on, come on.
Just about through.
Come on, come on, come on, Aussie, come on, come on.
Through the clouds.
Come on, come on, Aussie, come on, come on. Come on, Aussie.
I went home by Qantas Airways, a really great airline, best in the world.
Come on, Aussie, come on. Come on, Aussie, come on.
Now this is back in Australia, Perth. There's Canning Bridge. Coming down over Perth, just about to land, sit back again and feel the sensation of landing.
Come on, Aussie, come on. Come on, come on, Aussie, come on, come on.
Just about down.
Come on, Aussie, come on.
I think we're down now.
Aussie, come on.
Small Perth Airport, and we're just about back home after my trip.
Come on, Aussie, come on.
And there's Michael in the middle, who come to greet me. What a fantastic tour it was, and I'll sign off.